On the 3rd and 4th of December, the European External Action Service organised a high-level conference entitled Towards a Global Network of Crisis Rooms.
On behalf of the European External Action Service, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you participants to this high-level conference on managing complex international crises.
This conference focused on crisis coordination centres or crisis rooms, be they national, regional or global, and their interaction in major multi-sector crisis. Major emergencies or crises, both inside and outside the EU, are of such wide-ranging impact and political significance that they require timely policy coordination and response. Such complex crises may have inter alia political, security, military, consular, humanitarian, civil protection, energy, transport or public health dimensions.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to see that today more than 400 crisis responders and professionals of crisis management have joined us here in the Albert Hall from all over the world.
Augustina Miozza, what is the role of crisis rooms in complex crisis?
The role of crisis room in complex crisis is fundamental. Assure a correct flow of information, flow of communication, correct, reliable and timely information and communication from the field to the highest level of the institution. That means from the field and in our case to the High Representative of the External Action Service, Vice President of the Commission.
Over the last 2 years, the European External Action Service undertook several initiatives aiming to provide support to key regional organisations such as the Arab League, ASEAN and the African Union to help them develop their crisis and emergency response capabilities. New projects are now underway, and it is becoming increasingly clear that cooperation, exchange of trainings, sharing know-how and information are in the mutual interests of every actor engaged in peace and political stability, regionally or globally.
We have to work for greater convergence of our long-term strategies to make sure that each of the different ways in which we operate across the world plays its part in contributing to long-term security and prosperity in any country or region. Crisis management and humanitarian aid cannot substitute for strategic vision and long-term action. They're very important, but too often they can only deal with the symptoms, whereas we need to think strategically about tackling the underlying causes. So defining that vision, focusing on crisis prevention, mobilising different strengths and capacities and working in partnership. These are the principles that I would argue lie at the very heart of our policies towards conflict and crisis. We sometimes call this a comprehensive approach. It means simply bringing together all of the different policies, instruments, whatever you wish to call them, ways of operating in the world for a common purpose. And the common purpose is to try and ensure that you tackle issues and problems before they become the crises that can so easily devour resources and create havoc and chaos for so many people across the world. So this approach is built on the conviction that to be effective, we need to join our forces, pool our assets, those of the External Action Service, the Commission of Member States, of course, in the European Union, but complemented by the strong partnerships across the world, as I said, represented by so many people here today.
The conference focused on 4 main areas: enhancing early warning and preparation, information sharing and communication, strengthening civilian-military cooperation, establishing a global network of crisis rooms. The conference addressed a number of questions such as, what are the examples of good practice cooperation between early warning systems and crisis rooms? What are the opportunities associated with the sharing of information between crisis rooms? How can crisis rooms contribute to better civil-military information sharing in complex crisis? And how do interconnected and strengthened crisis rooms fit within a broader strategy to bolster the global crisis response architecture? In order to ensure global, comprehensive and timely situational awareness to underpin the EU's external action, the EU is supported by the EU Situation Room. The EU Situation Room is a permanent standby body that provides worldwide monitoring and current situation awareness 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year round. It acts as a situation information hub for all relevant stakeholders from the European institutions. So what exactly is the EU Situation Room?
The EU Situation Room is exactly the room that is connected with the field, with all our delegation around the world, with all the mission around the world, all the CSDP mission around the world, with member states, with organization, international organization, and the Situation Room is the room that connects, filter, and then forward the information to the political level.
How does the EU Situation Room work with other situation rooms during a crisis? How does it work exactly?
This is the content. This is the question why we have organized this meeting. How to be better connected with other situation room, with other crisis room. How we can exchange and we can forward with our information, and we can get reliable information from the field and from other situation room. This is a fundamental aspect and a fundamental step in the crisis management. We have to we have to trust the information that we receive, and the way and the place where this information comes is relevant. So if we know situation room, if we know the people, we can trust and we can use that information.
Agostino Miozzo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.